Ready to Succeed, Season 2 Raid Shadow Legends. First normal night of sleep in over a week edition. We think Nero finally got to a point where we could both go to bed at the same time on a normal schedule, so we just moved him into the bedroom with us and took a couple sleeping pills, and I got a good, what I get, about 11, maybe about 11 hours, 10 and a half hours of sleep. So that's good. That's the first time I've slept more than I think 5 hours straight in a while. So I don't. It's hard to keep up, but we feel pretty caught up now, and we'll work to get back on our normal schedule. And Nero seems to be doing okay. He's still got some healing to do, but it's beyond the point where we think he needs to be watched 24/7. So now we just kind of keep him around us and make sure he's not doing too much. But yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well. So I went ahead and finished up the fusion with the events that I had live. I went ahead and did what I needed to do to finish the champ chase to go ahead and get him done, because it was getting more difficult to find time to come in here and give this attention. So I just went ahead and did what I needed to do for the champ chase. And then maybe it was a champ training that maybe I finished this champ training. Yeah. And I grabbed Eurost, I grabbed my epics, and just finished that. So anyway, we've got him now, so we could mess around with him if we wanted to today. I need to look at his skills and stuff and see how I think we want to build him. So I guess we can do that today. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see what he does here. Also, for the champ training, I went ahead and got him 6 starred, so he's ready to be built. I got him 6 starred, so he's ready to be built. And then I feel like I 6 starred someone else. Her, because I had the 6-star red soul for her, so I was like, it might make sense to go ahead and get her rolling. And then I feel like I may have even we have a lot of 6-star food, because I've been making 6-star food for a while. And him. I've been making 6-star food for a long time and just haven't had anybody that I was dying a 6-star. So we've got a lot of champs to build and do something with now, but I figure we'll take a look at him since it's, since he's the one that's hot right now. I think I've got like 30 legendary skill tomes as well, so I can skill up a couple champs also. I know I get points if I skill him up, but I don't know how much good it's going to do me anyway. I kind of gave up on trying to get points for the event because I know I'm not going to get to the end, so. All right, so for the A1, we have an AoE. Before attacking, chance of placing a weaken. 50% chance of placing a weaken if the target is from Corrupted Alliance, a boss, or a minion. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses, or minions. Grant an extra turn if a weaken was placed on all enemies. Okay. Seems kind of still kind of RNG, I guess. Even skilled up. So what's that, an 80% chance? No, it can't be. It's 25, so 75% chance. Sorry, I was doing my math weird. I think I was doing 15 and 15 for some reason. So, all right, so 75% chance. It's still gonna be hard to land it on all enemies. But it's an A1, so whatever. A 2-hitter. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense. If the target is from Corrupted, or all those things, ignores 50%. Each hit decreases the target's attack by 5%. That's pretty cool. So I'm playing this other game called Element Fission. And one of my favorite units in the game, easily in my top 3, has a passive. It's part of his passive where for the first 5 times he hits anybody, he absorbs, I think it's 25%. He absorbs 25% of their attack and defense. So he takes it away from them and gives it to himself. So he over the first 5 turns of the fight, he really makes himself stronger. So this is kind of like that, but it's just in the skill and it's just attack. And it's only up to 25%. This could be a good way to negate some big threats. Like, the first one that came to mind was like Hefrak. Hefrak's always in 2-turn Stone Skin. Like, he's always in Stone Skin. So if you could hit him with this skill at the beginning of the fight and take away 25% of his attack, that would be nice. But it's only 5% at a time, which I don't really think is going to matter that much. I think this will matter. I think it'll matter a lot more in boss fights and like Hydra and stuff. If you could even use him in Hydra. Attacks all enemies 2 times before attacking. Places a 50... Maybe it's not 25% on the other guy. I don't remember what it is. But it's a little more substantial than that, and it's a passive, so it's all of his abilities. But anyway. Attacks all enemies 2 times before attacking. Puts attack buff on himself. For each critical hit landed on the first hit, increases the damage dealt on the second hit by 10%. Will ignore unkillable and shield. That's a pretty nice skill. And then activates Demon Breaker, which is just his A1, every 5th turn this champion takes. Enemies from Corrupted Alliance, bosses and minions cannot land a critical hit on this champion. That's also pretty interesting. So who else from Corrupted again? Demon Spawn, Undead, Dark Elves, and Knights Rev. So a lot of the big hitters can't land a critical hit on him. Wow, yeah, a lot of the big hitters. Huh. Man, he's interesting. It's kind of hard to figure out exactly what I want to do with him. What do we want to do with him? He looks pretty dope too. Yeah, he looks pretty dope, man. It's cool. That's the first time I've like actually looked at him in depth. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, yeah. So what do we want to do with him? I guess we just want to build him like a standard attacker. I guess that's really where we want to go with that. If I could get him on something that it also ignores defense, that would be sick. I don't think I have much lethal available. I don't think I have much merciless available. It's going to make much sense for him. I don't have a lot of Slayer. Maybe I've got some lethal that would be decent on him. Here's a question. Do I want to try to get him in... Do I want to put speed boots on him? How do I want to run him? Like, who do I want to run him with? These are pretty nice boots for someone that I could afford to put them on. So no speed boots for lethal. Decent attack chest there. Also not bad. How much accuracy do I want him to have again? He's got the weaken on the A1, and it can't be resisted by certain enemies, and then that's pretty much it. I think I'm probably not going to worry too much about the weaken. It's fine. But I don't think I'm going to sweat it too much. It actually brought me back to where I was. I don't know if that's ever happened. All right, let's go fitting room. Let's try that on. Do I have any good crit damage gloves? I know I'm going to have to get my speed boots elsewhere. Those aren't bad, even though they're blue. All right, let's take that to 12. All right, what do we got here? Let's do like crit damage high, crit rate. Maybe we could go medium. Speed, we could go medium. Attack, we could go medium. I don't know if that's too many mediums, but man, those boots would be really nice on him, depending on how I'm going to run him. If there's crit rate, crit damage, and speed. lots of attack there. The thing is, well, only with the A2 again. I wish that was part of his passive. I feel like they should have made that part of his passive. Good crit rate, a little bit of crit damage there. But I feel like we could do a little better. Where are we at on crit rate now? We don't need much more. So it's either that helmet. I mean, that weapon takes care of a lot of it. But this weapon gives me a lot of attack. So here, let's do that. And then I think let's get rid of these. And he's very slow, so I'm probably going to want to go speed on the boots. And then we'll look for... I'm good on crit rate. I need no crit rate. So crit damage is a high priority. Attack, I guess we'll go medium. And could I do... Ooh, that's a shame. I was gonna say, if I could do a crit damage set, that would be pretty sick. Cruel could be kind of nice, depending. What's feral again? Accuracy and speed. I'm sure I have a cruel helmet. You know what I mean? I'm sure I do. Double attack, and that's the only useful stat. Here we've got attack percentage and crit damage we could roll. I hate to go 5-star boots, but like, yeah. Okay, so then perhaps we consider... I hate that rolled that much resistance, man. That's such a shame. I could think about a speed set if we've got something that makes sense. Not really. Not really. No, none of it makes sense. What are y'all... Why are y'all still in the account? I mean, I could just take it for the crit damage bump, potentially, I guess. You know? A little bit of speed, not much else going on. I guess if we hit speed, I'll think about it. Okay. Okay, so over here, let's go ahead and start with a crit damage amulet. What do we have? There's pinpoint, and that's it. Okay, not a lot going on there then. If we could like double or triple on flat attack, that would be kind of sick. Here we go. There we go. I'll max you out. All right, so that one. And then now for the banner, again, I don't really care much about accuracy. I'm not sweating the accuracy, so I think we'll just look for attack. There's some decent speed. There's attack and speed. I kind of like that. I think I kind of like that. So here, let's max that. And then now for the ring. Dead gum, dude. All right, I guess we're going to be fairly limited. On the ring. So So there's 326, 371. I guess it's this one because this is the only one that we like got a decent roll in. So that's sort of what we're looking at before we ascend any gear. And then I guess I need to max some of this to get a better look at like what we're doing here. So we're at 4,500 attack, 216 crit damage, almost 200 speed. He's okay. He's not bad. He's not so bad. Attack. Let's do it once and see if we can get crit damage. Let's go. No. Chill out. I kind of want to save these because I have a feeling I'm on a Sand Devil one right now. I think I'm going to equip this on him. I'm on the mission right now to ascend 7 artifacts to level 4, and I'm out of potions. And I have a feeling that sometime in the relatively near future, I have to assume that there's going to be one coming soon for accessories, and I don't want to be out of potions for that. Shogun is a little easier to farm for me than Sand Devil, so that's something to consider, but like, still, you know? All right, well, let's go through. So yeah, I'm going to try to do anything that didn't cost me these potions. And here, let's hit him with... I can afford to use... I think I've overlooked this. I've noticed the different colors, but I don't think I clocked the difference. Are these... I guess these must drop from hard. I guess these must be what drop from hard faction wars. So you get better glyphs from... That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool change, I reckon. Because I got to tell you, boy, it's rough. It's rough to roll a 3 on a 6-star speed glyph. Okay, so that's kind of cool, I reckon. All right, so I think we can justify hitting him with a few of these. I might as well max it. Could get attack percentage or something, or defense percentage. That was my second. That was the second one I was hoping for. Also, I can't stop saving glyphs because I just never know when the missions are coming up. I can't remember if I finished the glyph missions or not. So I still don't use 5-star glyphs on anybody because I don't know if that's a mistake. Oh, we didn't max your shield. Crit damage here would be huge. Hey, let's go. All right. You know what? I will hit him with some HP. You're gonna have to give me a 3 though. And then let's see what we get here. Crit rate. All right. I don't need it, but that's fine. One of these days, these gloves will get moved around, and that'll be handy. All we're really getting to glyph here is the speed, which is kind of unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Getting some nice rolls. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to bother with those. For the ring. Yeah, we got what we wanted there, but again, I'm a little hesitant to do that just yet. We won't sit on it too long. I won't get ridiculous about it, but I feel like there's got to be one of those missions coming up soon. Okay, so I reckon that's short of hitting the rest of these real quick and seeing what we get. Yuck. Yuck, dude, yuck. Okay, that's what we're looking at. We've got 30k HP, 4600 attack, over 200 speed, 226 crit damage. So he's not insane, but it's a decent build. And we've got a decent amount of ignore defense. Does it tell us that? It does. Ignore defense 0%. One, 2, 3, 4. Am I wrong or is the game wrong? Ignores 25% of enemy defense. Okay. Oh, and we still got to do his masteries too. So he actually is gonna. We could lose a little bit more of that crit rate even. Not much, but all right. As far as a blessing is concerned, it can't be smite because we don't have any accuracy on him. So I'm probably gonna go Reaper. I reckon Reaper's probably gonna be the way to go on this guy. I reckon that's probably what we'll start with. And then, do I want to skill him up? Do I want to skill him up? I don't know. I feel like it might be worth seeing how much we like him first. So let's take him. I don't know. Where's a good place to test him? Let's take him in here and let him hit this arbiter. With his attack lead. And with no defense down. All right, so we've got the A3, where he would attack buff himself anyway. For each critical hit landed on the first hit, damage dealt will be higher on the second hit. So 17k and 22k. There was no defense down though. Any teams that I like know I would outspeed. I guess we could try it on something like this one. And see how we go. I'm trying to see how he does without the setup of a defense down first. Obviously, when we get Helm Smasher on him, that'll be nice. Didn't get one of them, did? Ignores unkillable and shield. So 33k on that one. Let's sheep. I guess you. seems like he's going to need a defense down or to have his... I mean, to be fair, his masters aren't done. He's missing some crit damage. He's missing some Helm Smasher. He's missing some stuff. And I understand I don't have the craziest gear on him. I mean, his A1's hitting the same as his A3, it seems like. If I had books, I'd probably be able to do this again. You know what? Just sheet him and get him the fuck out of my face for a second. We're doing stuff, all right? Oh, right. Every 5th turn, he gets to do his A1. I forgot about that. I mean, I could let him borrow someone's gear who's got crazy gear, but I don't think his stats are that bad. You know what I mean? I don't think he's that poorly built, and he isn't lethal. Like, he might just need a little more setup. He might need the defense down, despite ignoring some of the defense. So, the problem is Stone Skin. The problem is the worst thing they've ever done to this fucking game. How's my Ceres built? My Stag's kind of fast. Lydia's got a weaken. I don't know how good she's gonna be for this though. I guess I could try this. We might just lose this one. That's a lot of team power. They've probably got a shit ton of resistance. Yeah, and everybody's on Stone Skin. Yeah. Just suck the fun, all the fun out of this game, dude. I hate Stone Skin with such a... It just, again, sucks all the fun out of this game. It's just so unfun, man. The only other option we have is to try to win the speed race against a couple of these. Which I don't know if I have a lot of faith in us in our ability to do. Yeah. Thankfully we cut in there. Alright, so I have to do this. And I'm gonna sheep you and get those buffs off Fabian. Or not somehow. Or not somehow. Or not somehow, because I guess he's got 800 resistance. Okay, let's do this one, I guess. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty underwhelmed. I'm feeling pretty underwhelmed. Again, he needs masteries and stuff, but like... You know? Is it like a thing to build Sun Wukong with resistance? Because he resists my I see Sun Wukong resist my Armons a lot. And it's really annoying. Am I getting 3%ed constantly? Or is that a thing that people are doing? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to book him. I'm feeling a little bit underwhelmed by him. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he's not supposed to be an arena champ. Maybe he's supposed to be good for other stuff. Seems like there's some arena potential, but like I don't know. I'm not feeling. I'm not in love with him yet. But again, I could just be missing something. Maybe he needs crazier gear. Maybe I need to swap him over to like what my Thor is wearing or something. try him out that way. I guess the ignore defense thing just doesn't track. I guess it's just a stat column they added for no reason. Because this also ignores some defense, right? Yeah, I guess that just doesn't work. I could move him over to... We need to do his masteries and stuff anyway. We'll do his masteries for the mission. And, you know... mess around with him a little bit more. And if you guys have found somewhere... Like, I thought about maybe there's some Spider Hard potential. There's potentially some Doom Tower boss potential. It's not that I don't think there couldn't be anything interesting to do with him. But for our first little round of testing in Arena, I'm feeling a little bit underwhelmed by him. I'm not seeing any reason I would ever slot him in for anyone else. So anyway, that's it. That's our first little round of it. But we'll continue to mess with him. Like I said, maybe I'll run him through Minnow today and see if anything changes. But that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. We forgot to pick our poison today, I think. I had the card sitting here on my keyboard the whole time and just got distracted. So we'll do it now for everybody that's still here. Would you rather tongue a sumo wrestler's asshole or poop 100 gallons of Heinz ketchup? I don't know. I'm thinking about the logistics of pooping 100 gallons of anything. And like, what am I going to do with it? Am I just going to constantly, if I'm pooping 100 gallons of something, I think it's coming out faster than I can continue to flush my toilet to get rid of it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to go out somewhere. Way out in the middle of nowhere. Also, what do you mean by tongue? Like a tongue punch? Why didn't you just say lick? I'm assuming you mean tongue punch. But is that just one and done? I don't want to tongue punch a sumo wrestler's asshole. But I don't want to deal with the inconvenience of... Not to mention, I'm sure you'd be sore. A 100 gallons is a lot. But I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not... I don't know why it matters that they're a sumo wrestler. I don't know. Just that, is the idea that they're supposed to be gross because they're a sumo wrestler? Or just that they're fat? Some sumo wrestlers aren't even that fat. I guess I'll poop 100 gallons of ketchup. I just have to go somewhere. Like way out in the woods. Like way out in the middle of nowhere. And just, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to find a little cliff. Just do it off the cliff so that I don't have to keep moving. I don't have to keep walking while I'm doing it because that could get tiresome. So just hang my ass off the edge of a cliff or something. Just let it rain, you know? That might be the way to go. So yeah, I guess that one. What a weird What a weird thing to have to think about. But yeah, we'll take the catch up one. So that's it. Have a good one, guys. See you later.